Hi, Taurus, and welcome to your first of two Zodiac Teroscope readings for the month of March. Okay, this is the first. The second will be the short and sweet towards the end of the month. We are not going with the topic today. We are just going to freestyle. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm using all the Kyle Gray decks here. Okay, so it's all of the divine masters, the keepers of the light, the archangels, angels and ancestors. Okay, the activation gateway oracle, angel guide oracle. I love it. And then at the end, I'm going to pull one from the angel prayers oracle deck. I'm going to be confirming with tarot. All right. And we're just going to go. So remember, you can watch if you are a Taurus sun, moon, rising, or if you have Venus in Taurus, you can look at this from a relationship perspective, love through to platonic, right? But what we're going to do is get an overall energy card. Now, this could be for the month of March. It could pertain to the reading. It could be a situation that you're going through right now, because each set of cards I'm going to pull here, starting here, ending down here, are going to have a message. Whether it all ties together or not, we never know. So your message could be here, it could be here, it could be down here, right? So stick around to the end. But let's get this from the angels and ancestors. Let's get an overall energy card here. Just like I said, this could be your one message for you. It is spring. See your seeds grow. I love this. This feels very positive because spring is coming up. I know the groundhog did see its shadow in some places, didn't in others, but here we are coming into March. For some of you, still a little wintry. For others of you, not. Okay, so let's just go with this here. I feel like something is coming up for you in spring. Is this something that you have planted seeds for? Okay, look, spring is right around the corner. So have you been working on something and you're finally going to see it come to fruition, to reality, come through for you? I feel like that's what they're talking about here. Spring is your time. Something good, something fresh, something new is going to be happening for you sooner than later. Okay, but so that's it. I'm just leaving that right there. Let's get into the rest of the cards here, Taurus. That is really nice. That's really positive. It's like, the hair, things fast, things are going to take off. And I feel like maybe that's how it's going to happen, right? It's even like, if you kind of have and we tend to have rainier springs for the most part, depending on where you are. But, 1 minute you look and the plant is like this, it's just barely sprouting. And then you go out a few days later and it's already, and then it happens quickly. Joan of Arc, voice of truth. Stand strong. Focus on your purpose. Release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. So, what I want to say here is some of you need to speak your truth. I'm going to pull a tarot. We'll get a little more information. Where is it? Where is it, Taurus, that you need to stand strong, stand up for yourself maybe? Is it against people? Is it a situation, an event, something like that where you need to stand up strong and purposeful and speak your truth and just be like, this is what it is. I don't care what everyone else thinks. I have to be honest. And I'm not talking belittling and putting people down and speaking your truth, and that's not what that ever means. It means you're doing it for the good of someone else. More often than not, it's about you. They want you to speak this truth because maybe whoever needs to hear it needs to hear it in a loving, kind, compassionate way. It needs to be that energy that the truth is spoken in order to help someone. Maybe for you yourself, Taurus, the voice of truth, for you to speak it, you're doing it so that you can love yourself, care for yourself, have compassion for yourself, so that you are doing things that are good for you. Self-love, self-care, okay? Love that. Let's move on to the next. I also, hang on before I go, I feel with Joan of Arc here, right? The battle, right? Like, have some of you been in a battle, whether it be internal or external, and you're just like, finally, I've been in these battles myself, where you need to just speak the truth because you're like, you know what? I just can't. I have to tell the truth in this situation. This battle needs to end, whether it's with yourself or with other people. And you know what? The only way it may end is to be truthful. And again, not to hurt people, okay? I always go back to, because I feel that years ago when Dr. Phil said, you know, tell it like it is, he never meant to be rude to people, but that's the way that's what it's taken on. Oh, I'm going to tell it like it is. No. Never to be hurtful and mean and cruel to people. Not what that means. That's you just being mean and hurtful and cruel to people, right? So next one out, opportunity and change. Ooh. So again, I said these can be individual messages or they all may tie together. But what I'm really liking about this one is there an opportunity or change coming up? Does it have something to do back here with these seeds that you have planted, that things you've been working on? Is it going to bring opportunity and change into your life? For some of you, yes, it'll be different. For some of you, maybe speaking this truth is going to bring about opportunity and change. And for others of you, there's just opportunity and change coming in. I do feel it is springtime, though. May not be related to seeds that have been planted. It can be something totally different. But let's get a tarot on that. The sun. Look, that sun is beating down on you. It is shining on you. It's putting you in the spotlight. It's illuminating you in some way. Could it be with a job? Can it be in a relationship? Can it have anything to do with these two topics we've talked about? Again, there is something coming up about opportunity and change. Just let that sit for a minute or two because I want to get a little more. With the sun, and the sun being our personality, right? It's our life force. It's the way we express ourselves. It's the way we use and put out our energy. Is there opportunity and change there somewhere? And how that affects your life, possibly. If you make changes in that area, will it bring in new opportunities for you? Because the sun is also the ego resides there too, right? So could it be that you're a little too egotistical about something and there's some stuff that needs to change, and with that change brings new opportunity? Because nobody likes an egomaniac, right? Look, Uriel, very bright and sunny, I have to say. Archangel Uriel, learning experience. Okay, you guys, take time to review, study, and hone your knowledge before proceeding further. So maybe there is something. Okay, I'm going to tie it back to here, but again, it either is going to fit you or it's not. I like to give some examples. Sometimes I'm tying it right back to here, where if, with this very sunny card and the sun behind Uriel, Archangel Uriel, have you learned something? I was talking about ego. And maybe you need a little attitude adjustment or an ego adjustment, and that changes some things up. There's something for you to learn from that. For others of you, it's just you need to take a little time out to review. Go back and check out my March, because there's 2 retrogrades and an outer planetary movement at the end of the month. Go back and check out the March energy reading. Well, it is very Mars related because it's all about Aries, right? Aries energy, that is. And, you know, I feel it could even tie into that. Oh, and out comes the Chariot. Don't rush into things before you hone your knowledge, learn something, take the lesson and from what you've learned, take the lesson from what you've experienced and apply it to moving forward. And here we have the Chariot. They want you moving forward, but not until you review something. And again, this could be its own message in itself. Before you move, before you do something, before you react, you have to have a little time out to review. But look at the sun. Like, this is very positive. If you're willing to, I always say, take the advice and guidance that's coming out here in the cards, right? Like, they're saying, take a little pause, don't jump. And with a Mercury retrograde, I just want to say, one of the messages I believe in it, it's been a bit now since I recorded it, and I tend to forget quickly, but there is something in there about there could be a redo, a second chance, right? Don't rush, planning, patience, all of that sort of thing. So maybe go back and take a look at that reading as well. There could be a little tidbit in there for you. Taurus, the divine matrix, interconnectedness, synchronicity, God incidences. Oh, that's very good. I say spirit, God, source, universe, whomever it is for you, right? We're all connected. And whether you are, you buy into that or not, well, that's up to you. But we all are of source, of universe, of God, okay? We are all interconnected outside of our families, okay? Even, I'm going to say, outside of planet Earth, all right? The divine matrix. So that just could be something that maybe I feel here, Taurus, this is something you need to look more into, okay? We can't talk about it all in every reading, or else we'd be down a rabbit hole, at least with me, because I get so interested and wrapped up in it. I'd be here for hours. Queen of Pentacles, yeah. I love this. Take the time to learn about the divine matrix. Just Google it. Start with the Google, and then you can go from there. But there's something for you to learn. There's something here. Look at mother and child. There's something for you to nurture in this. Could this be part of the change? Could this be part of what you have to stand up in truth with? We have two powerful queens here. Queen of Cups and Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles being the more practical one and grounded, okay? However, and look at the pendant on this elephant's forehead. If it doesn't look just like the divine matrix, there's something about this you need to go and research. Okay, there's something about it. Take your time, one step at a time. Pentacle energy. Pentacle loves to learn, loves to, like the others, find things out. But I feel like there's something in it that's going to help to nurture you or care for you, or even maybe change the way you do that with yourself and with other people, Taurus. So check into it, okay? Let's get another card here for you. It may be the new learning experience for you, what you have to learn before you move forward. Like, I love the way these it could have something to do with these seeds that you had planted. And they want you to learn something more before, this spring coming up type of thing. And you are like, okay, I need to learn something. There's a lesson in here for me. The Atlanteans, evolution, vibration, legacy, technology, progress, expect acceleration. I don't know, you guys. I feel these two are really tying in, right? The Atlanteans, if you want to look into the Atlanteans and what all that entails, again, another rabbit hole, but they were known for technology, for progress, for moving things forward. But then they almost got too big for their britches, I want to say here, with the ego I was talking about possibly. And, it was the end of Atlantis. I think the same thing kind of happened with the Lemurians too. Again, don't quote me on that. It just, that's popped into my head. So there's something for you to learn. I feel back here and maybe up here in some of these lessons, whether it be the truth or how that ends up affecting you, the change that could come from it, whatever it is, because there's no coincidences. God incidences, okay, from the universe, from source. So I love that, but there's something that you need to learn. Maybe you identify with the Atlanteans and you feel I was an Atlantean. Two of Cups. I love it. You may feel very strongly tied to or connected to the Atlantean energy, okay, with this Two of Cups. Because the Two of Cups can represent deep connections, not always love. It could be deep partnership, values, or union, friendship. But whatever it is, the Two of Cups can also be, right? They come in, it intertwines. This could have something to do with your future and how you feel about it. I feel very strongly about that for you. Oh, Taurus, there's something you need to figure out here. There's something you need to learn, and that's why this Uriel learning experience card come up. And maybe spring is the time where you will really dig into it. But let's get you one last card before we go. I feel like I've given a lot here. Well, not me, Spirit. It just comes through me. But in this reading, there's a lot, especially when we came to the end here. It's why I always say, watch to the end, because you never know what's coming out in the last few sets of cards. You know, if you only watched to here, you might have missed it, right? Okay, very important. But let's get you an Angel Prayer Oracle card. Change and Transition, Archangel Azrael. You can say this prayer: thank you, Azrael, for leading me safely through this change. It's up here with the change. There's something here that you're going to learn in whatever area of your life, okay? But I feel it's what we've been talking about that's going to make a really, because of all this sun energy, positive transformation, transition, change for you. Taurus, thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed this reading. There's plenty of others to check out throughout the month. Please do, and I'll see you next time.